Well, hello everyone. I'm sure wherever you are in Canada and the United States, the two biggest demographics if you watch this channel, I'm sure you're either celebrating Thanksgiving or Columbus Day, and we'll get into those, but I didn't know that the UN has also designated today International Day of the Girl. What the fuck are we talking about? God, the UN sucks and is totally useless. October 11th marks the International Day of the Girl. I couldn't find any information on this. It just sounds fucking made up. I'm sure this was probably thought up by the human rights panel that the UN has, where, you know, the likes of what Iran and Afghanistan are sitting on. No, they're on the women's rights panel. China's on one of those, but who fucking knows? The UN, it's so stupid. An observance day declared by the United Nations, which aims to recognize girls' rights. Oh, okay, cool. You know, like all of those human rights that they have in the Western world. You guys aren't going to be criticizing any of those fucking barbaric countries that are in the Middle East or anything like that, or the ongoing genocide that China's conducting because they pay your fucking bills, right? But no. This is all about recognizing girls' rights and the opportunities across the globe. Okay, weird. Okay. This year's theme is technology. Oh, okay. And how they just stare at their fucking phones like what is this? Okay. But no, it's getting a lot of traction on Twitter, which is, you know what, always a good sign of the mentally stable being aware of this very long running and well regarded day of reflection or some shit like that. And it's even got its own little icon next to its hashtag Day of the Girl, whatever that means. I don't really care. And yeah, no, everybody's getting on board with this one. Dave Miliband, who's definitely not a panel van enthusiast. The Malafun Girls Rising to get up and check on dinner. I don't really care, but it's I guess just another fucking try to minimalize the actual legitimate holidays that are going on today, because I mentioned it for my friends in the United States, which hopefully one day I'll be able to celebrate this great day in person, because hey, today's Columbus Day, and this is straight from the desk of I don't know, somebody wrote this for Joe, but he's apparently signed it. So we're going to read a little bit of this because, okay, you know about Joe's agenda, and just take a wild guess how long it takes him to bring up, oh man, we stole this land. It's in there. It's fucking, he's the president. At least he pretends to be on TV occasionally. More than 500 years ago, after securing the support of Queen Isabella I, we went to school together, and King Ferdinand II, Christopher Columbus, launched the Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria. Those are the name of my grandkids, from the coast of Spain in 1492. Oh, that was a great year. That was the first year me and Jill went to the school dance. Oh, well, he intended to end his quest in Asia, his 10-week journey, blah, 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 don't care. Many Italians would follow in his path as centuries to come, risking poverty, starvation, and the death in the pursuit of a better life. Remember, this used to be like a big Italian Pride Day, but, oh, no, we can't be having that anymore. This has to be a day of reflection. Today, in the third paragraph, if you guessed 3 paragraphs, you were bang on. Today, we acknowledge the painful history of wrongs and atrocities that many European explorers inflicted on tribal nations and indigenous communities. Okay. It was a measure of our greatness as a nation that we do not seek to bury these shameful episodes in our past, but instead just try to bring them up at every convenient avenue, whatever. Now we face them honestly, we bring them to light, and we do all we can to address them. I don't really care, but hey, that's nice that you can put shit on Columbus. That's great. Not as good as, oh man, when I was like really deep in the NBA there, I kind of hopped on the bandwagon when I was watching that Detroit Pistons crew that had no reason beating that all-star Los Angeles Lakers team. The one that had Shaq and Kobe. They were going for another championship, but Gary Payton hopped on there. Karl Malone was there. They should have fucking won. But I love that Detroit team, man. That was full of fucking grit. And if they would have picked anybody other than Darko Milic, that would have been the team of the 2000s. But that sucks to suck. And then my team after that was the San Antonio Spurs, because they had grit, okay? That was a defensive-minded team. It was a great team with a bunch of great players who just played basketball, and they weren't convinced that they needed to use their platform to be some kind of a avenue for change. And then as soon as Tim Duncan retired, Gregg Popovich just went fucking mental, and he's just been unhinged ever since. And case in point, Gregg Popovich rips Columbus Day celebrations, likens it to honoring Hitler. Oh yeah? How was that there, Greg? Fucking looks like Donald Sutherland with AIDS. San Antonio Spurs coach Gregg Popovich, he's a great coach, or maybe he was just fortunate with the players that he had around him. I don't know, another conversation for another day. Ripped a Texas school district for observing Columbus Day. Oh, you fucking just enough. Just enough. Just go and hide in your basement, live out the rest of your days, keep telling people that you're sorry that you're white, and eventually you'll just be praised by the black community like you so desperately want, you fucking sad sack of shit. Popovich used part of his pregame press conference on Friday to take shot at Alamo Heights Independent School District in Alamo Heights, Texas, for their decision to keep the Columbus Day holiday instead of changing it to Indigenous Peoples Day. Oh, like respecting history? How about that? Are you gonna rip Joe Biden? Oh no, right. No, he's not Orange Man, so your concerns are already gone, because that's what that executive order was doing, the one that we read a little bit of. He was proclaiming that today, October 11th, would in fact be Columbus Day and not Indigenous Peoples Day, so go fuck your mother. The 72-year-old legendary NBA coach likened the 15th century Italian explorer who sailed to present-day Bahamas in 1492, to a genocidal mass murderer. Of course, he'd mentioned Hitler because he was too stupid to realize that Italy, if he wanted to keep on brand, or at least as he sees the world as being, racially segregated, you could have just went with Mussolini, okay? Listen, he initiated a new world genocide. Fuck off, Popovich said of Columbus. What, were you there? He made a deal fair and square with those fucking Indians. Should have just checked the blankets a little bit better and not been so willing to part with their tobacco and alcohol. He set in motion what followed the annihilation of every indigenous person in Hispaniola, which was Haiti and the Dominican Republic today. Okay, cool, said a basketball coach. He took slaves, he mutilated, he murdered. Popovich also took issue with the idea that celebrating Columbus Day was an honor for Italian Americans. Hey, I've been beat up by a bunch of little greasy wops, and I don't think that they want to be associated with that. God, you suck. It's not a knock on Italian Americans. It's just a knock on one of their most treasured contributions to history, the discovery of the New World. Don't you think that it's pretty fucking important? It's a silly argument. It's like saying we should be proud of Hitler because he was German. You're the only one making that argument, you fucking mongoloid. It makes no sense. It's about Columbus. It's not about Italian Americans. What? What's going on? Grandpa, get back. No, you gotta run the fucking defense. Get back to the sidelines. It makes no sense. It's about Columbus. It's not about Italian Americans. So, there's a lot of states that have come out and scratched Columbus Day and made it Indigenous Peoples Day. What's a lot? But in our city, that's just backwards. We have the school districts that do that. I'm amazed. Just amazed. You're in Texas. You're in fucking Texas. You detached from reality asshole. The Alamo Heights School District didn't respond to the statements made by the crazy old man. Joe Biden became the first president to mark Indigenous Peoples Day over the weekend. He said that he would be observed along with Columbus Day. Yeah, that's not what his executive order says. You hate to see it. So yeah, I guess there's like a fourth designation. It's Indigenous Peoples Day as well. Yeah, we got our own little fucking flavor of that up here in Canada. Because today's Thanksgiving, Canadian Thanksgiving, 2nd November and October. Those are words. No, it's the second Monday of October. It's for the exact same reasons that you guys in the United States celebrated in the third Thursday of November. We celebrated up here, but you wouldn't know it from CTV News. Like, this is the front page. Okay, you got Moderna's vaccine. You got some fucking dreadlocked bitch. She's very disappointed in Hollywood. I would be too. Merrick asks U.S. FDA to authorize promising anti-COVID pill. Okay, cool. We talked about that weeks ago. You see any mention whatsoever? Nope, nothing there. Okay, then you go over to CBC, the state broadcaster. Pushbacks grow. Anything? Hey, there we go. The radio column. Why this Indigenous radio host says it's time to decolonize Thanksgiving. Well, you should probably decolonize your plate from food, you fat cunt. Yeah, it's Thanksgiving. Be with the ones that you love, okay? Give thanks for the opportunity that you have in your life. If you're up here in Canada, you can do it in a couple of weeks' time. You should even just practice that every single day of your life. As much as Canada wants to continue to move away from tradition over and over again, I'm not going to let it happen. That's not how I live my life. But then again, I don't take directives from people who have no connection to what I do on a daily basis, even though they just continue to try to flex that power on me daily. But today's going to mark another very special occasion as well. Yes, it might seem a little bit weird that I'm trying to extol the virtues of just having a proper moment of reflection on you and your family, but it's also very important to tell your own true story, to tell your truth out there, because you know what? Superman, he's been closeted for far too long, and you know what? He just really loves dick, and he needs the world to know about it. Now, this isn't Clark Kent, okay? This isn't Kal-El. This isn't the traditional Superman. No, this is just his son, which is, I guess, what happens when you get second generation Kryptonians. They just get way too fucked up, and then they start, I don't know, fucking somebody with pink hair. This is the current state of DC Comics. Okay, don't talk about comics a lot because it's mostly just this shit, but this is like foundationally destructive shit. And that's why nobody talks about the source material when it comes to comic book movies anymore, because it all sucks, okay? And you're going to see that play out on the silver screen very, very shortly when it comes to Marvel movies, because, oh boy, if you aren't up on any of the spoilers, you're going to see how big of a fucking failure they're going to be experiencing very, very shortly. But hey, we'll just go ahead and we'll wrap up today's content with this. Superman's son comes out as bisexual, a new comic. Ugh. John Kent. He's so lazy he can't even put it in the H for proper John. Is the son of Clark Kent and is the newest rendition of the DC universe. In the next month, Superman, son of Kal-El #5, he's coming out of the closet. Comic writer Tom Taylor shared his views on Twitter on Monday, and I'm sure he was so fucking happy. Our Superman comes out today. Happy Coming Out Day. So it's Indigenous Peoples Day, it's Thanksgiving, it's Columbus Day, it's Day of the Girl, and now it's Coming Out Day. Wow, it's such a busy day, and I'm so glad that we could share this fucking abomination. It's like, okay, you got Robin's gay and Batman, but people have kind of theorized that for a long time, so that's fine. Now you got the new Superman's gay, and you got Playboy that's being fronted by a dude. No, actual Playboy, not Playgirl. We'll talk about some of that stuff maybe later when I can fucking wrap my mind around that, or I guess I calm down the boner because it's just so attractive. But honestly, this shit is fucking foundationally shattering. I don't care about comic books, okay, but when I see something so obviously subversive, they're just trying to tear down everything that made the character of Superman laudable, trying to tear this shit down, and you gotta call it out. You gotta call it out when you see it. This is just fucking disgusting. It's kind of just the theme of the day now, isn't it? With that said, guys, I thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.